I don't know why we have to wrestle with the issue of overcoming. And the book of Revelation is crystal clear. The message to the 7 churches, each message ends with the same thought, doesn't it? To him who continues to sin right to the very end. Is that how the Washington version reads? Well, thank you, God. How does the Washington version read? To him who overcometh. It's repeated over and over again. To him who overcometh. And the 144,000 are called the first fruits. And they're the first fruits because they have moved into overcoming in their lives. And God is able to seal them. Why do you think Revelation 14 begins with the 144,000? It moves into the 3 angels' messages and then the harvest of a great multitude. It is sequential. When God finally has a sealed group, you can be confident they are overcomers. But the one word that you won't hear from their lips is the declaration of their own perfection. Because the closer we see the perfection of Christ, the more clearly we see our own imperfection. Isn't God good to us? He saves us from that extreme agony of thinking that we might be perfect. Nothing could be further from the truth. But there's no question about it. The great controversy cannot end until God has a people who finally prove it. That God is not an unjust God. His laws are not impossible. He can actually restore them within our own minds. We can have the law of God written in our minds instead of on tables of stone. Amen. We can do by nature the things that glorify God because it's actually God in us who makes it possible. I am more convinced than ever that it's not our ability to baptize more people or reach the rest of the earth. It's the fact that God is waiting with longing desire for the manifestation of his character in his children. Because then he will be free to pour out his Spirit, and a great multitude, much bigger than any of us can comprehend, is going to be awakened. Do you believe it? The earth, in fact, is going to be lightened with his glory. I can't wait for that moment. How's your faith this morning? So once again, I'm choosing to address the subject of victory. I don't know why it's not on everyone's lips. It's almost like a foreign word today. People come to them and they say, but I'm only human. I said, I know. But God understands that I'm always going to be like this. I said, well, interestingly enough, that's not God's plan. The Bible talks about a people who are no longer slaves to sin. They are slaves to righteousness.